Long ago this was a prosperous metropolis, a capital city and residence of a Kakavati King Ananda. Go to Kusinara and tell the king and the people that tonight, during the last watch of the night, the Buddha will enter Parinibbana in this forest, and if they wish to, they should come to see me before this time. So Ananda went to Kusinara with several bhikkhus, and told King Mulla and his people what the Buddha had said. When the king and people of Kusinara heard from Ananda that the Buddha was about to enter Parinibbana, they all wept sadly and said, "It is too early for the Buddha to enter Parinibbana. Too soon will be the light of the world extinguished." Men, women, and children, lamenting loudly, flocked to Salavana, where Buddha was staying, hoping that they might see the Buddha once more and pay reverence to him. People visited the Buddha in groups in an orderly manner. Everybody was unwilling to leave him, however. A wandering young man of an heretical cult, whose name was Subhata, happened to be in Kusinara. When he found that the Buddha was about to enter Parinibbana, he decided to visit him in order to ask him some questions that had been bothering him. He believed that only the Buddha would be able to give him a thorough explanation. Subhata went to Salavana and asked Ananda for permission to see the Buddha in order to have his questions answered before the Buddha passed away. Ananda said to him, No, Subhata, the Buddha is very tired, you must not bother him with any questions now." But Subhata was very anxious to see the Buddha. He asked again and again, and Ananda rejected him again and again, holding to the fact that the Buddha was very ill and should not be bothered by anybody. But when the Buddha heard them both talking, he knew Subhata's intentions and told Ananda to let him come in. The Buddha told Ananda, "Ananda, do not stop Subhata, let him come."
What he wants is to ask me about some problems he has in practicing the Buddha Dhamma. He does not mean to disturb me with meaningless trifles. My explanations will make him understand immediately. So Ananda permitted Subhata to go in to see the Buddha and ask him questions. Having listened to Subhata's questions, Buddha taught him until all problems in Subhata's mind were cleared up. Subhata gained confidence in the Buddha Dhamma and then requested the Buddha to accept him as a bhikkhu. The Buddha gave him that opportunity and asked Ananda to shave his head. So Subhata became the last bhikkhu converted by the Buddha. Like Koa, the first bhikkhu converted by the Buddha at Isipatana, Subhata learned and practiced the Buddha Dhamma diligently, and attained the stage of arahant before long. Later, the Buddha gave the bhikkhus at his side a chance to raise any questions, by asking if any of them still had doubts about the Buddha Dhamma. But none of the bhikkhus had any doubt whatsoever about the triple gem, the Buddha, Dhamma, and Sangha. The Buddha then said to the bhikkhus for the last time, "Bhikkhus, this is the last occasion for me to talk to you all. Compounded things are impermanent. Strive on with heedfulness." The Buddha then entered Samadhi, reaching the 8th meditation absorption, 9th jhana. From the deep 9th jhana, he receded back to the 1st jhana, and from that he again reached the 4th jhana. When he had emerged from the 4th jhana, the Blessed One passed away into Nibbana, where there is no basis for rebirth in any world. So the Buddha, the perfectly enlightened one, at the age of 80 entered the Parinibbana. In the last watch, the brilliant lamp was extinguished, but the lamp of Dhammathis is the Buddha's teaching. Exists forever and will carry thousands and thousands of people in our world across the stream of life and death to Nibbana.